How's everyone doing today? Good morning. Early stream because I woke up in order to stream Pokemon Presents. And there was no Pokemon announcement, so I ended up not streaming it. I was gonna stream my reaction to the trailer live after it came out, but nope, nothing. We got let down a little bit. Oh, what happened to my camera? Give me one sec, guys. I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna unplug it, replug it. But welcome in. Hello, everyone. How's it going? I hope you're having a fantastic day so far. I know a lot of people woke up today and were excited for Pokemon Presents. I know I was. And I don't know. What's up, CJ? What's up, Sigma? What's up, Soccer? Hello. Yeah, so if you guys aren't aware, there was a Pokemon Presents today, which is like the biggest platform that Pokemon has to announce new things. And unfortunately, everyone including myself, we all thought that we were gonna get a new trailer for the new set that's coming up, and nothing. Because I think we all thought this because it's the end of the month right now. We should receive the trailer in the next couple days. So we thought, since Pokemon Present is coming out, that's the biggest stage that they have. That's the biggest way that they promote new Pokemon products. That's where all the leakers watch. Everyone puts on Twitter afterwards too. I was really excited. So I thought, okay, the trailer's coming out in a couple days anyways, in the next day or two. Why don't they promote it by putting in Pokemon Presents? That just makes sense, right? Like, okay, even if it's a day or two earlier than like you normally put out a trailer video. Wait, the trailer was leaked? Wait, what? It was leaked? Wait, and one of the mods at me in the mod chat with the leak? Or wait, maybe is it in the leaks chat? We need to go over this leak if it's true. No way. Italian trailer's leaked. It was posted on the TCGP subreddit. Okay, I'm gonna check that right now. I don't see it, chat. Am I getting baited? Wait, no, I see it. 19 minutes ago. Whoa, wait. Oh, wait, okay. It's real. I'm going to share this video. You guys want to watch this together? It's real. You can watch this. Wait, Floyd. Let me pull it up real quick. Here we go. Alright, let's zoom in on this so you guys can see it. Actually, I'll just go full screen. Full screen, you'll be able to see it better, right? Oh, okay, wait. Gamer gets scammed. Yeah, we got scammed today, but there was the trailer leaked, the Italian trailer leaked, so I don't know what the cards do because it's in Italian, right? I mean, the quality's gonna be bad too, because it's like a crappy screen recording. It's a crappy screen recording. But yeah, if you guys can read Italian, that would be absolutely... Anyone here can read Italian. So yeah, this is on the official Pokemon TCG subreddit. It just leaked about 19 minutes ago. And it's the Italian trailer, but I think we have some Italians in chat, maybe, that can translate for us. and we're going to watch this. And I don't need any translator for the first part of this, which is obviously Ho-Oh and Lugia. Actually, let me mute my Pokemon's sound in the background because you guys can hear that. Okay. All right, so we know what the two main featured cards are obviously going to be in these two sets. They're both going to be EXs, of course. Someone needs to translate. Hopefully we get someone to translate, or maybe someone can translate and put it in the Discord. That would be cool too. Why did they not record this full screen? Why did they record this like this? Okay, well, I guess it was full screen for you guys. All right, let's go. This is dope. There it is. Okay, Ho-Oh, 150 HP. This is 150 HP is a little bit low considering some of the EXs we have. Actually, not too bad. 150 is not too bad. So I know we're kind of watching this at like ghetto quality because this is just a crappy screen recorded leak that someone did on the. No, this is legit. This is definitely legit. I don't know how someone got this, but this is 100% legit. It's a basic 2, 80 damage. All right, what does this say? Turbo Della Frenis. Someone in either Discord or the comments translate. Someone please translate. It might be tough though, because it's like. Alright, if you guys can translate, put in the chat. Wait, translations in the comments. Okay, never mind. We don't need it. We don't need it. Translations in the comments. Okay. First, we're going to watch through the rest of this trailer, and then we'll go read the translations after this. All right. We'll read it after this. Okay, so we got and this, this is a tri-energy. Wait, there has to be a way to like somehow get that energy easily. What are its other stats? It also has 150 HP. They both have a 2 retreat cost. They're almost mirrored cards, it looks like. Lugia does 180 damage. Ho-Oh does 80, but I'm assuming Ho-Oh, maybe its attack like puts that energy on the bench Lugia or something. I don't know. We're gonna see in a second. The subreddit comments thread because I think someone translated it in the comments. Wow. Go. Let's see what else we got. Okay, we got all the starters, of course. We got Cyndaquil, Chikorita, and Totodile. Nice. And I mean, they got a main stats if you want to look at that. Pichu. We have, who's that? Oh, Cleffa too. Okay. The X's they're going to show us. We got a new Gyarados card. What is this? Our third Gyarados that we've received. This one only has 130 HP. And 2 energy, 20 something. Okay. Interesting. Another Gyarados. It's a shiny. Actually, wait, do we already have this Gyarados? Is this just a shiny version of the old one that we have? I forget. Maybe we already have this one. Oh! Yo, we're getting Umbreon EX! We're getting Umbreon and Espeon EX! More Eeveelutions! Okay, apparently we don't have that other Gyarados. I was thinking maybe that's a really old one that I just forgot about that no one ever used. But we have Umbreon EX, Espeon. Let's go. This is sick. Okay, I honestly didn't think we would get Umbreon and Espeon so soon, like an EX version. Now we have an EX version of like every Eeveelution in the game. This is dope. All right, nice. They both have abilities too. I can't wait. Any card that has abilities is going to be pretty decent for the most part, except for like, I guess, Base Channel is bad. They both do 80 damage for 2 energy also, and they have 160 and 140 HP. So this is interesting. We got to read the comments later to figure out what we do. We also have 2 new supporters confirmed, and then I think these are 2 Pokemon tools. Right? Or is this an item? I believe they're both tools. And then 2 new supporters. Wow, they gave us a lot. They gave us a lot here, man. There's a lot to go over. And that's happening, that's in 8 days. I think that's the 30th. So in 8 days, when the new set is going to drop, and this looks amazing. This looks awesome. Let's read through and figure out what these cards do. Yo, Makyoko, thank you so much for the 50 gifted. Thank you, thank you. That's amazing. Thank you so much, you legend. Wow, let's go. I appreciate that, Makyoko. You excited? This is gonna be dope. This is gonna be a sick set. We got Espeon, we got Umbreon, we got Lugia, we got Ho. This is dope. All right. That's so sick. We got to read through what these guys do. Thank you again, Makyoko. Legend. Appreciate that. All right. Let's go read through these. One sec. I need to adjust this because I cropped it and zoomed in and everything. It's gonna look horrible. Let me open the comments real quick. Who's ready for this? It's weird that they had this whole trailer and they didn't release this. I don't know how they didn't release this when they had the whole thing. They could have just... Pokemon Presents is the biggest Pokemon stage the game has, right? And they just... You guys see? Wait, no, it's way too soon. Way too soon. Let me zoom out. But, guys. Alright, so this is the translations for all these. In case you guys are wondering, because I can't read Italian, so I'm glad someone in the Reddit comments was able to read Italian. Goes income dashboard. No, chat. Hey, I'm a very organized guy. What can I say? All right. Let's see. All right. We'll zoom in like. Worried about my face. I'll make my face a little bit bigger. Is this fine? How's this look? We good? Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's read this. So, this is the list of the Pokemon that were shown in the trailer. Shout out to Boosh for translating this. Ho-Oh EX. It knows Phoenix Turbo. Ho-Oh also, remember, both Ho-Oh and Lugia both have 150 HP. So, it says, take a fire energy, grass energy, and a lightning energy from your energy zone and assign them to your benched basic Pokemon in any way that you would like. That means you can probably split that energy up. If you have 3 Pokemon on the bench, you can put 1 on each Pokemon, or I'm assuming if you have Lugia on the bench, you put all the energy on him because his Elemental Fury attack does 180 damage, which is really good, and it removes the fire, grass, and lightning energy. So you can really only use Elemental Fury 1 time, unless you use multiple Ho-Oh attacks. If you use Phoenix Turbo twice, and Phoenix Turbo also costs 3 energy, remember that? It costs 3. Which is kind of expensive actually to use it. So somehow you got to get 3 energy on it. Attack once with Phoenix Turbo, then move that energy down to Lugia. Bring out Lugia later in the game, and then attack for 180 and finish. So Lugia seems to be the finisher in this deck, and you definitely play these together. I don't think you're going to be able to play Lugia without Ho-Oh. They're supposed to be paired side by side. That's what it sounds like right here. Let me actually pull up the video again so that we can just like look at the stats of we can look at stats for each of these while we're also reviewing this, you know what I mean? I'll just show you guys the card and then I'll read it off to you. How about that? So this will be better so you guys. I know. All right, there we go. That's better. Okay. So this attack, 3 energy, is really interesting because it generates 3 too. So let me. Yeah. So okay. So this attack says, I'm just gonna like reread this whole thing so that we understand what's going on. This attack is Phoenix Turbo, 80 damage, 3 energy. Take a fire energy, as you can see the symbols on there. Take a grass energy and a lightning energy from your energy zone and assign them to your bench basic Pokemon in any way you like. So it does specify it has to be a basic. You can't put it on evolutions on the bench. It has to be a basic. Oh yeah, no, this is not grass. Whoever translated this got it wrong, actually. Why did they say light grass in the translation? No, it's actually fire, water, and electric. So fire, water, and electric, it's going to move to your bench. And it has to be on a basic. So you can see Pokemon base. That's interesting. It's a little bit restrictive. But obviously, this is meant to target Lugia, which I'm going to pull up in a second here. So this attack requires fire, water, and electric. It does 180, but it also discards 1 of each energy. So you're going to be discarding 3, but you do 180 damage, which is really good. Obviously, that's a really good attack. They both are basics, which is them being basics is also really, really nice because that means, you only have to put 4 Pokemon in your deck if you're playing just the 2 of them, and then you can have a ton of space for other things. And 180 damage, obviously, one-shots almost any Pokemon in the game. Do I sound quiet for you? Do I? Hello? Maybe a little bit. Turn my mic up a little bit. I think I turned it down by accident. Hello? Hello? Okay, that's better. Sorry. Yeah, so this could be decent. It does 180 damage. It one-shots everything. And yeah, it's a hard discard. You discard 3, right? Which is that's a harsh downside, but at least you're generating the 3 energy, right? The problem is, like, how do you get the energy on Ho-Oh, right? How do you get the energy for it, like, quick enough for this, right? Because 3 energy for 80 is really, it's hard to do sometimes. I guess you only get 1 attack off with it, and then once you do your 1 attack, it gets destroyed right away. Moltres, you think? Well, the problem with that is Moltres has to be in the active zone. Then you lose Moltres, and then I guess, yeah, you'd have a wall. Yeah, you'd have a wall. You'd play like Snorlax or something, right? You'd soak up damage, then use Ilima, or you put out Lugia, which is a colorless. So you could actually Ilima Lugia back, send out Ho-Oh, and then you attack with Ho-Oh, put the Lugia back on your bench, and the energy moves down to it. So yeah, with Ilima, that could work. I don't think you would run Moltres because Moltres in the active zone kind of sucks nowadays. It's terrible because it gets damaged, and then you bring out Ho-Oh, and then Ho-Oh gets damaged, and then you bring out Lugia, so you couldn't do that. You wouldn't really play it with Moltres. I think, yeah, you put Snorlax as a wall, maybe Giratina too, and then Ilima. There has to be a supporter. There definitely has to be a supporter. I think there'll be a supporter. We'll see. Maybe there was supporters shown in this trailer, so let's take a look at them in a little bit. But first, let's move on to the next cards here. The next cards that I think I want to talk about is Umbreon. So let's go over to these EXs. Okay, these ones they translated. So Umbreon, this guy, I believe that's 160 HP, or is that 140? I think it's 160. And I can't really see. It's pretty low quality, but it has the ability Shadow Tag. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon is in the active position, you may switch one of your opponent's damaged bench Pokemon with their active. What? It's just the always active Cyrus. No! Its ability Shadow Tag lets you bring out your opponent's damaged Pokemon from the bench at any time you want. It sounds like there's no restrictions on this. So you play it with Greninja, Greninja taps their bench, then you use its ability, just drag it out immediately and get to attack it for free. It's an always active Cyrus. Wow. But it's only once per turn. I mean, I don't know why you'd want to do it more than once per turn. You obviously only want to use it once per turn, really, to bring out that thing and attack it. That's toxic, too. That's toxic. That's going to be so annoying. Every turn, you have to worry about your bench. Every single turn, you got to be careful about what you play. You got to think ahead. If you're playing someone who has dark energy, or they have an Eevee out and they have a dark energy on it, you know the next turn they're probably going to go into Umbreon. And then you got to... Umbreon also works with Darkrai. So, I mean, you could, like... At the start of the game, you can put energy on Darkrai, tap their active, they retreat it or whatever, and then you can always bring it back. Yeah. Wow, okay. So that's interesting. I really like that. I think that's a fun mechanic. That's going to be hard to play around, too. Insanely cracked. At least it's only 80 damage, right? But the thing is... Oh, no, okay, good. I thought Shadow Tag it's only active when Umbreon's in the active zone. So you can't use it from the bench. You can only... Umbreon has to be in the active zone. But, I mean, you can just have it in the active zone from the previous turn, drag something out, retreat into your bench, and then attack with your bench. You can do that, too. So this is opening up a lot of possibilities. All right. Also, yeah, I just saw someone in the chat say you can build Dark Psychic with Ho-Oh and still be able to play Electric Fire and Water Pokemon. You're right. I think this actually... Ho-Oh, just to circle back on Ho-Oh, it's 3 energy, and if you guys are just coming in right now, it generates a fire, electric, and water energy to put on your bench. So that means, and it's colorless. So that means if you play Ho-Oh, it enables a lot of multi-energy decks. Like, this is going to open up a huge format. I hope there's a card to support Ho-Oh, because if there is, yeah, dual energy becomes a lot more relevant. For example, Dragonite. It's going to guarantee Dragonite getting its water and electric energy. It will guarantee it. So this is going to open up a lot of new playstyles, hopefully, if Ho-Oh has a supporter card to help it out a little bit. All right, but circling back to our next EX here, Espeon. Espeon has the ability Care. It's called Care. I don't know. It might be something different when this officially releases in English, but the translation is Care. It says, once during your turn, if this Pokemon is in the active position, you may heal 20 from one of your Pokemon. So that's not quite as good. Espeon has to be in the active, and it's going to give you a free potion for one of your Pokemon. That's not a game changer compared to Umbreon's ability. It's still pretty fun, and it's just like a free potion. But Espeon is kind of lacking with its damage and its HP. So I don't know how much this is really going to be played. Yeah. So we'll see about this one. Yeah, but that's it. I mean, it just heals 20 if it's in the active zone and then does 80 damage. It could be interesting. I mean, it kind of counteracts like Greninja, right? A little bit. Yeah, we'll see about that. I'm not sure if that's going to be super amazing, but I'm really excited about Umbreon. Umbreon looks really cool. Okay. The next one, let's go back. Let's circle back a little bit to Cleffa. Okay, you see Cleffa, 1 energy. It takes a random Pokemon from your deck and adds it to the cards in your hand. Wait, Cleffa's a colorless 1 energy searcher for any Pokemon in your deck and just adds it to your hand. What? Okay, I mean, so this... Wait, this is not an energy? It is. I think it's just low quality, right? This is an energy, yeah. Yeah, it is. Oh, no energy needed? Wait, what? Wait, why does it have that thing? What's that for? Is that a 0? What? Why do they have that? Oh, it's just like you can just activate it for no energy. Oh my god. That symbolizes 0. It's empty. Oh, they're introducing 0 energy. Well, it's not a skill, but it's not a skill. A skill would be different. An ability would be different. Well, I guess maybe you call it a skill. An ability would be different. It's a 0 energy attack. It's still an attack, yeah. It just they're introducing 0 energy moves. Wow, with the baby Pokemon. That's a new mechanic they're adding, is 0 energy moves. That's so cool. All right, so if you go first and you start with this, you get to search for a free Pokemon out of your deck. Now, unfortunately, this thing has 30 HP, so it's going to get destroyed instantly. Like, you're giving up a free point if you start with it, right? That's kind of a bummer. But if you go first, and yeah, they do, most things do 30 now for like 1 energy, so it will give up a free point. But at least it's a search, and it's free. You don't need to put energy on it. That might be interesting. If you put a cape on it, I guess it won't die, and then you could get a free search and then probably evolve it the next turn. Cool, that's awesome. All right. That's a cool mechanic. So we got some free... Oh, that's nice. They introduced that. Let's see about this other guy here. Pichu knows Sparkling Throw. And it's another free attack. It says, take an energy card from your discard pile and attach it to one of your benched Pokemon. Wait, what? It's not energy card, it's just a free energy. It brings back a discarded energy and attaches it to one of your benched. How do we feel about that? It brings back an energy. Again, Pichu has 30 HP, so these both seem like they give up a free point, but they also have really good attacks that don't cost any energy. But yeah, Pichu, you can come back, bring out, it's pretty much a free energy it brings back if you get to use it once. If you use it twice, it's 2 extra energy, as long as you've discarded energy. If you start with it at the start of the game, not super great because you don't have any discarded energy, but in like the middle of the game, it might be pretty decent. Yeah, I think it's a random energy too. No, it just says, the translation, we don't know for sure yet, but the translation says, take an energy card. So it might be anyone that you choose. It might be, I'm not sure if you choose or not. We'll see when the actual translation releases. I hope you get to choose. Yeah, it is a free point. I think I like Cleffa more of the free search if you go first. And then we do have a new Gyarados too. We have a new Gyarados. Let me find that. I do have the translation here for this. So this attack costs 2 energy. He has 130 HP. It is stage 1, not bad. It says it's called Furious Lashing. You may discard any number of Pokemon from your bench. This attack does 40 more damage for each bench of Pokemon you discarded this way. What? You're just getting rid of Pokemon? Now, I think when you discard Pokemon, it doesn't give up points. Like, they just get discarded. They don't give your opponent points. So you discard 2, and this does 100 damage for 2 energy. And if you play this with fossils count as Pokemon once they're played. So you literally, all you have to do is you could play just Gyarados and Magikarp and stack the rest of your deck with fossils. And how many fossils are in the game right now? Well, there's like 4 different fossils, so you can have 8 fossils in your deck. Right? Oh, Fishing Net also can bring back... It's only water? Where does it say that? Oh, they translated this wrong. I do see a water symbol. Never mind, they translated this badly. I'm reading off the Reddit page on the side. I can't actually read Italian. I wish. Okay, it has to be water. Never mind. They didn't add that in the translation on the side here. I'm looking at the card now. It does say water. There's a water symbol. Okay, never mind. This is not quite as good as I thought it was, but what water Pokemon would you play that you'd want to discard? Yeah. Okay, you have to have water on your bench. Fossils would have been cool. But yeah, you can bring back the Pokemon with Fishing Net, right? Because Fishing Net brings back water Pokemon. Let me look up Fishing Net again and just clarify its effect. So Fishing Net puts a random basic water Pokemon from your discard pile into your hand. So yeah, once you discard the fish, you can just use the net, drag it back out, and then put it back into your bench and then discard it again the next turn with Gyarados. So you could use this with Wishy Washy, I guess. Because Wishy Washy searches for itself too. Puts one random Wishy Washy or Wishy Washy EX from your deck onto your bench. I don't know if I would use this. I don't know if I would use Wishy Washy EX. I might just use 2 Wishy Washies if I do it. Because Wishy Washy EX, the problem is, if you start with it in your active zone, it has a 3 retreat cost. So you can't really get rid of it and go into Gyarados right away. But, yeah, that could be an interesting combo with Net and Wishy Washy. That's pretty cool. All right. Nice. Yeah, this could be good. It's 2 energy too. It's pretty cheap. As long as you discard 2, you're going to do 100 damage for 2 energy, which is pretty solid. And then if you have 3, it's 140. So that's pretty cool. I like that actually. What do we think of Gyarados? Yeah, good. Next up we have the trainers. So I think we covered everything there. Yeah, we've covered all the Pokemon. Let's look at the trainers and tools that they announced. So we have I think the first one is Cetra. All right. You could do 100 on turn 2. That's true with Gyarados. That's true. Can you get over 140? No, it's when you attack that activates. You can't get over 140. 140 is the max, unless you use like Red or Greninja. Well, actually, with Greninja, you wouldn't be able to get over 140. You could only do 120 because Greninja takes up 1 bench slot. So yeah, you could do 160 with Red, right? That would be pretty good. All right. So let's look at these trainer and tools. These are going to be important. I'm curious to see what they've given us. First up, we have Cetra, which says choose one of your Pokemon, shuffle it, and all cards attached to it into your deck. So that means if you have a injured Pokemon that you need to get rid of, like it's in your active zone and you don't want to pay the retreat cost, well, I guess you're going to lose your energy anyhow. But like say you had a wall out in the active zone, it got low, you activate Cetra, and then it just shuffles it back into your deck, right? And that way you don't have to worry about it giving up points. So it's like, yeah, so it gets rid of Pokemon that are damaged that you just don't want to give up. Like if something gets low, you retreat it onto your bench, and then you draw Cetra the next turn, then you can just get rid of it. So it's not a problem. Your opponent can't really target it. So that's pretty cool. Yeah. And it works with all types. So that means Ilima, of course, is like one that kind of does that and returns it to your hand, but Ilima only works on colorless. This works on any type of Pokemon. That's pretty crazy. Yeah. Just shuffles it into your deck. Maybe, I think this might be a one of. People might run one of these. Is it bench Pokemon? The translation only says choose one Pokemon. I don't know I don't think it's even benched. But you could do this for your active too. Like if your active gets really low, you could also target it with it and just shuffle it back in your deck and then bring out your bench. This could be solid. I could see this working in Darktina with like, when your Darkrai gets really low and you're about to lose it, all you have to do is you could just shuffle it back in your deck instead of giving up those 2 points. So I could see it, Darktina running this. I could see a couple different decks running this. This could be really, really good also for like Solgaleo, because usually by end game they have 2 Solgaleos ready to go. One of them is really low. All you do is shuffle the one that's low back in your deck, send out the other one, then you're good to go. And then you just find that other Solgaleo, build it up on your bench again. So that actually, it seems like it could be a really, really strong card. It could be really, really strong. This might be a staple in a couple different decks. I don't know. Maybe I'm overhyping it, but I could see it. I've had a ton of Soul matchups where like they already have the second one built up and the first one's really low. And if they had that card, they could just remove it and then go into their second one. So yeah, hey, that could be a W for them. That's gonna kind of be a little bit annoying. That'll be a little tough. Would you get rare candy back? No. Oh, I guess not, because rare candy goes to your bench. That's true. You'd have to evolve it using your other evolution, and typically they play one of the evolutions. So if you're running this, you would have to run like one of the stage ones. You would need to, right? Because you'd run 2 rare candies and a stage 1. So yeah, you'd be fine. You'd probably be able to draw into it. It counters Cyrus. Yeah, that seems like a pretty strong overall card. All right, we have Argento. I think I'm saying that right. It says remove a special energy card from one of your opponent's Pokemon. What does that mean? What is a special energy card? Does that just mean remove an energy from one of your opponent's Pokemon? I think that's what that says. Can someone... I don't know if we can get a clearer view on this. Can anyone see that and read that? Can anyone read that? No, you can't. It's way too blurry. Damn it. Alright, we can't read it. Sorry. But I think this is... we're getting special energy. Oh! Oh, special energy is a thing in the main line? Oh, so it's not remove a colorless. They added special energy? Yo, okay, this is a whole new thing also. We're getting free attacks and we're getting special energy. The mechanics of the game are changing a little bit. Well, not mechanics, but they're introducing new... This is so interesting. Wow. It's going to be like rainbow energy, special energy. They're adding... This is a huge set. They're adding a ton in this set. A ton. That's cool. Okay. I don't know what special energy is used for. We're going to have to find out. I think in a second. They'll probably tell us, but... That's pretty cool. Okay. That's good. I mean, I guess this is a counter for whatever runs special energy you would run this supporter. I don't know how meta special energy is going to be. I guess we'll find out in the future. But being able to remove an energy from one of your opponent's Pokemon, if it relies on special energy, that might be really strong. We'll have to see what uses special energy because we don't know yet. Yeah, free to play might be cooked this set. Yeah, this might be a big set. You might need to spend some money on this set. This might be all right, we'll see. We'll see. Okay, the next one is called Energy Shoe. If this Pokemon card is attached... No, okay, wait, I'm reading this wrong. If the Pokemon this card is attached to is switched to your active, with your active, heal 30 damage. So, you equip Pokemon Shoe to something on your bench, you swap that bench Pokemon into your active zone, and then it heals for 30. So if you have a deck that swaps a lot and rotates cards around and you have 2 shoes equipped, every time you swap into that other Pokemon, it's going to heal. So yeah, as soon as your Pokemon that it's equipped to gets into the active zone, it'll heal for 30. That's actually interesting. That seems pretty strong, right? Because you really only put it down when you're going to retreat your active and then go into the one that you equipped it to. So it's like a free potion, I guess, kind of. Yeah, I guess it's not a potion, though, because you can't use it on your active. You have to use it on a bench one that's already low. So it's a little bit restrictive, right? But like Buzzwole, yeah, Buzzwole. Buzzwole. Wait, Buzzwole, you do this once per... This is a Celesteela buff. Buzzwole, he's going to heal for 30 once per turn? Yo. Also, yeah, when Umbreon, yeah. When Umbreon is trying to drag you out, if they drag something with the shoe out, you'll heal for 30. But yeah, Buzzwole's going to heal 30 every turn. And then plus Erica is going to be 80 that turn, guaranteed. Now, of course, you can't put Leaf Cape on if you use this, so that's kind of a downside. But still, healing 30 a turn is really, really good. Okay. There's Elemental Switch, which is the next one. It's the fourth one here on the right or left. It says move lightning energy and a fire energy from your Pokemon to your active. Is this just for... So you move lightning and fire up to your active. I think it's just for Lugia. Oh, I see. I see how this works. So what you're doing, and I think it says water too. I'm pretty sure they didn't translate this right. Well, no, I think it's electric. It's lightning, fire, and water. I think I see that on there. So yeah, I guess if you don't start with Lugia, you would use this item, and then say you have something else on the bench, like you have 2 Ho-Ohs, and you put all your energy on it because you didn't get Lugia in time. You would use this, retreat out of your Ho-Oh, go into Lugia, then activate this, and then move all that energy up from your bench that you... Okay, so that makes sense. It's just in case you didn't start with it. It's specifically to help you to move that energy up so you're not just screwed if you didn't start with Lugia. So yeah, that's actually a really good supporter for that deck. I think it's specifically for that deck, actually. I wonder if you play, like... Would you play... I could see people playing Dragonite with this, right? I could see it. Oh, is going to enable Dragonite too. Dragonite will be able to attack right away. And then, yeah, after you attack with Dragonite, you use a leaf, retreat, go into Lugia. Then you use this item and then move all the energy on Dragonite up to Lugia and then attack with Lugia. So you'd get to attack with Dragonite for 180, the new one for 180, and then retreat into Lugia, and then attack with Lugia for another 180. Oh. Or honestly, maybe, yeah, you could, if you wanted to, you could not even run Lugia. This just works with, like, colorless too, right? Any colorless. Like, you can even use this with Snorlax, you know, move the energy around. Wow, this is cool. This is going to be a lot of flexibility. Now, I'm a little bit worried, of course, because Ho-Oh, 3 energy. You need 3 energy to even use it. So going second is going to be good, but going first is not going to be so good. It might be destroyed before you can even attack. I think you'll probably get 1 attack off with it. And then I think after you get 1 attack off, it'll get destroyed probably. So you're going to give up 2 points with this deck, like 90% of the time, I feel like. Because if we remember correctly, let me go back. Yeah, it's when I find a good place to pause there. It costs 3 just to put that energy on the bench. So you're gonna give it up. Like, you're gonna have to sack, and then also I feel like you could build Giratina on the bench as you build this up, and it would be up at the same time. So if you got one of these attacks off, you also build Giratina up. So then you would have you could have an active Giratina and an active Dragonite on the bench if you wanted to. I don't even know if you'd want to do that, but you could do that. And then you could run Dawn too if you're running Giratina, just to get Ho-Oh to attack 1 turn faster. And then you could put all the energy on Giratina, and then you could just draw into your Lugia later, send out Lugia, use the item, move all that energy up, and then attack with Lugia. And then if it gets low, you can use the new supporter card, Cetra, to send Lugia just back into the deck, send out Giratina, and finish the game with that. So this could be there's a lot of combos you could do with this. This item is actually very, very good. This is really, really good. Wow. Okay. Dang, man. Oh, this is spicy. Wow. And yeah, we know there's special energy, but we don't know what it does yet. We're not sure. Nothing in the trailer except for that one supporter mentioned special energy. So we don't know how special energy is going to work. Hopefully we'll receive some, they'll announce something about that in the future, or we might just have to wait till the update comes out. Yeah. This and yeah, we got Umbreon and Espeon too. They seem pretty good. I think Espeon doesn't seem that good, but Umbreon seems really strong with its ability. It's like a infinite Cyrus. Man. Lunala plus Giratina. You wouldn't do that with this. There's too many Pokemon. But okay. Well, this is the leak trailer. This is definitely 100% real. We went over everything. If you guys missed it, just scroll back in the stream. You can rewatch. I went over each card individually. Yeah, this is awesome. I think this is gonna be a game changing. I'm gonna call it right now. This is gonna be a game changing meta pack. This will be something that hopefully you have hourglasses saved up for, because you're gonna need it. This is going to be really, really good. I mean, every pack kind of changes the meta. This one definitely will, without a doubt. We got so many new mechanics being added. We have baby Pokemon, we got special energy, we have free attacks. We have the enabling of multi-energy decks with Ho-Oh. This is going to be fantastic. Yeah. I think that's going to be the end of today's stream. I know it was a short one, guys. It was only like an hour stream, but I got to make a video on this deck or on this leak as soon as possible. So, all right. Yeah. Oh, this is from Cord. Thank you. Thank you for the 15 gifted from Cord. He used his Raid Shadow Legends money that he won in the Discord to gift 15 gifted in Twitch chat. Let's go. And thank you, CJ, for the gifted earlier. I missed it. Thank you for the two gifted. And Edric, well, thank you for celebrating 2 months membership. And Makioko, again, thank you for the 50 gifted earlier. This is awesome. I'm really excited about Pokemon Pocket now. I'm not going to lie. For a little bit, the past 2 weeks, I was kind of dead. My energy was down. There was nothing to do in game. There was no leaks. There was nothing exciting going on. But this is awesome. I am super excited for this next set. This is one of the coolest sets I think we've seen in the last... It's easily cooler than the last 3 sets that we've seen, in my opinion. This one's going to be awesome. I'm excited for all this new stuff that's coming out. This is gonna be dope. All right, I'll see you guys later. Thank you all so much for watching. I gotta go make a video on this, and have a fantastic day.